this is Andrew Peterson again, showing you another gunsmithing tip. So today I have a break open shotgun. It's single barrel, and it's a 16 gauge. These are pretty nice. I've owned quite a few, and they shoot straight. My complaint is that the machinists that made them leave tool marks here and there, and the ejector isn't quite getting the shell out all the way, and around the barrel it's not taking it all the way. So I'm gonna polish out the machine marks, and I'm going to polish it. So to start, I'm gonna use a Dremel tool. I have an extender on mine. I feel like it's better control, and I can really get in there, versus with the big Dremel tool I have to hold up all that weight. This is light, easy to use. It's more like writing than trying to use a tool. You know, I could do a number of things with this because it's so light, but today I'm gonna be polishing. So I have a sandstone on here, and so I add a little bit of oil just to make it a little bit slicker. I use hops oil. It's gun oil. I know there's other things you can use, but I like to do it. Get a little bit of coating on the gun, hopefully, too. This gun is fairly old. I'm not exactly sure how old, but the guy I bought it from says it works pretty nice. I have not shot it yet, but he said it has trouble ejecting, so I decided to go ahead and try and fix that problem, so when I get out at the range, I'm not having to make it into kind of a break-open muzzle loader. That's just not very fun when you get a new gun. And so, you know, you'll see a lot of these, a lot of people's grandfather's guns, and, you know, they used them to go duck hunting, squirrel hunting, you know, out on the farm, coyotes, you name it, a little bit of home protection. And I like to use these little sand bits. The toolkit I have came with quite a few of them, in a couple of different configurations, and they each do something else, obviously, or you wouldn't need all of them. And that's pretty much the variety. They're pretty smooth, really, not too coarse. These I would use more for kind of the muzzle end of the barrel if I needed to go around it. That one I would use that kind of for pistols, barrels probably, and set it on there. And then this is what I'm going to use. There's a slight angle to this one, to this particular shotgun. So I'm going to kind of go very lightly with a bit kind of like that, just at the top, before I get to something more of a triangle shaped. That way it has that angle. Now, the angle is important. If you put too much of an edge on it, or if you kind of flatten it out, it's going to change how the gun works. So it's very important to keep the same shape and to just lightly Dremel so you don't ruin your gun. I bought this gun because it was cheaper to practice Dremeling, because I don't want to mess up my brand new pretty nice gun. If I do, I'd like to get in some practice first with guns I didn't spend so much on and made such an investment. However, whenever I get good enough, I will definitely Dremel on those and make them smoother. So like this kind of bald one, I would use that for more of, probably a pistol as well, right where it meets. I could use it right here, kind of on the outside of the ejector. However, the kind of triangle-shaped one fits like right there, and I'll be able to smooth that out and polish it. Generally, these are pretty coarse, so I'll get right down to it. You want to keep your Dremel at a low speed so you don't go too hard and take off too much metal. So I'm going to turn the Dremel on. And I like doing it with the little extender on here. Makes it a lot easier to use. It's kind of makes it more like using a pencil or a pen like you're writing. So if you have good handwriting, you could be pretty good at this. I don't have the best handwriting in the world, but I can have a steadier hand when I need it, especially if this was an expensive firearm. I could definitely watch myself and make sure that it's going okay. Now to take this off, you're going to have to use a tool right there, pop, and then get a little wrench, and then spin it, and then it'll slide right out. And for this job, this will be the last one right there, and just do the reverse to tighten it, and there we go. And here we go. And this one's just gonna I can get in there and smooth the edge without changing the angle of it. And it'll only take a minute to do. You just gotta make sure you don't take off too much metal. if you ever need to, you can also switch hands. Some of you aren't that dominant. That's okay, it just takes a little bit of practice. And she looks pretty good. I'll have to take her to the range, see if it ejects all right. I'm fairly confident with my work. I really shined it up. And I will see y'all next time. And make sure whenever you're trying this, use a piece of pipe to start, or a gun barrel that's not too expensive. Don't want you ruining your nice new thing. And I'll catch y'all next time.